guys, and welcome to Sammy Scrolls, where I tell you all about some of the best books out there. I don't look like I normally do in these videos because at the time of filming this, who knows when I'm going to get it up, but at the time of filming it, it's actually a heatwave in Queensland right now and I am melting. So I thought I'll jump in the shower and then I'll film, because then at least I'll be able to be somewhat coherent rather than brain melt. So my hair is all wet and it's not down like it normally is, but hopefully you can forgive me because it's getting up to about 35 degrees, so it's pretty hot stuff. But now that we've got that out of the way, this episode we're looking at D. Grey Man by Katsuro Hoshino. I have no idea if I said any of that right. Like, is it D. Grey Man? I don't know. And the names, I'm sorry, I'm just horrible at this sort of thing. But you've hopefully noticed that I'm getting into manga a little bit recently with Attack on Titan, thanks to Jacksepticeye getting me addicted. Good job, buddy. I was telling one of my friends about how I've never read manga before then and how I'm getting pretty into Attack on Titan, and he'd said this was one of his favourite series. So thank you to Josh for putting me onto this. It's something totally different, and he did tell me that like it's a little bit slow to start and I probably wouldn't be that excited about it, but he said give it a go and as the story goes on you'll get into it, and he was right. This series is actually about a young man, I suppose you'd say, Alan, who is 15 years old and he's an exorcist. I don't think he knows it yet just at the very start, but basically it's pretty quick to see that that's who he is and what he does. And so a lot of the series is about these demons called Akuma. Again, I don't know if you know how to pronounce these things, please tell me. I am absolutely shocking at this. But we'll go with Akuma because that's what I've been reading it as in my head. They are these demons that are created by a loved one who has someone they care about pass away, and I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but they bring them back. But they're not quite themselves, they're this demonic creature and there's different levels of it. So the series is about Alan and his battles with those and his battle within himself about different things. So it is quite fascinating. The side of it that I really liked is that there's actually a lot of religion or religious references in this. They do talk about the Bible and the Great Flood and different little bits like that, so it was really interesting to see them reference Christianity, but they still did it in a respectful way. So while they're having their fictional events go with what I believe, obviously everyone has different beliefs, but what I believe to be real, it's really cool to see those two worlds collide, so to speak. So I really connected with that, and I think that's why Josh put me onto it, because before I was like, this is just monsters and random fighting, and wasn't really into it. But once it started getting into the real depth of who the exorcists are and what motivates them and all that sort of side of things, it's just super interesting. So this is actually a 3-volume book, so volumes 1 to 3 are all put together in this one book, so I really did get a strong introduction to the world. I don't know if I had just read volume 1 and that was it, if I would have gotten as into it as I did, but definitely having the 3 together so that I could get some questions answered and dig deeper into the world really helped. So if you're thinking about reading this series, I definitely recommend it, but you do have to give it a little bit of time because it's something totally new, so they've got to set up the world and the expectations and everything else that goes along with it. So it can be a tad slow to start, but once you get in, it's really fascinating. So I think that's all I have to say on D. Grey Man. There's actually a bit in it where the author's taking questions in between like different sections, and someone actually says, why is it called D. Grey Man? And there's not really a solid answer to that because the title at this stage, I don't know, maybe if it has significance later because there's quite a lot of volumes out, but at this stage it doesn't have anything to do with anything as far as I can tell. and the author kind of said that too, so that's... Part of me wants to keep reading just to find out why it's called this. Is there a reason, or was she just calling it that because that's what she felt like? Who knows? I'm guessing it's a girl. I don't actually know. Oops. If the author isn't, my apologies. I don't know. Anyway, thanks again to Josh for putting me onto this series. I really appreciate it. And thank you to you guys for watching. Take care until I see you next time. Bye!